Hello, my dear friends, and a very warm welcome back to VitaPrime Health. I'm Dr. Eleanor Vance, your Stanford-trained physician, here to guide you through another vital aspect of senior wellness. Today, we're going to talk about something that often sits innocently in our pantries, something universally praised as a healthy snack: nuts. You might picture yourself grabbing a handful, feeling virtuous, thinking they're a wholesome, heart-healthy choice. But what if I told you that some of those very nuts could be quietly working against you, subtly stoking inflammation, weakening your muscles, spiking your blood sugar, or even putting your heart and brain at risk? It's a surprising truth, but don't worry, because today we're going to unpack it all in a way that's clear, practical, and empowering. We'll reveal the 5 nuts you should absolutely steer clear of if you want to stay strong, sharp, and independent. And then, for balance and empowerment, we'll share the 5 best nuts you can eat to boost your energy, protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and keep your body moving with ease. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which nuts to ditch and which to embrace to feel your absolute best. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the very end, because one of these seemingly healthy nuts has a hidden compound that's rarely talked about, but could be silently sabotaging your health. As we begin, I invite you to share a thought in the comments below. What's one food or snack you used to think was healthy, but later learned otherwise? I'd love to hear your experiences and start this vital conversation together. Why nuts matter so much, especially for seniors. First, let's talk about why nuts hold such a significant place in our diet, especially as we navigate the incredible journey of aging. Nuts are often marketed as nature's perfect snack, lauded for being packed with protein, healthy fats, and a rich array of nutrients that truly sound like a recipe for vitality. And in many cases, that's absolutely true. Many nuts are indeed nutritional powerhouses, offering sustained energy, crucial building blocks for muscle and bone, and antioxidants that protect our cells. However, the nuanced truth, especially for us seniors, is that not all nuts are created equal. As we gracefully age, our bodies undergo significant changes. Our metabolism shifts, our ability to process and detoxify harmful substances slows down, and our bones and muscles require extra, very specific support to maintain their strength and function. Simultaneously, our hearts and brains, which are the command centers of our well-being, demand the right kind of fuel to keep going strong, to maintain clarity of thought, and to sustain vibrant energy. The wrong nuts, those that we'll discuss shortly, can inadvertently fuel chronic inflammation throughout the body, disrupt the efficacy of your medications, or even incrementally increase your risk of serious age-related conditions like type 2 diabetes or heart disease. But the right nuts, the ones carefully chosen for their specific benefits, they can truly act like a daily dose of natural medicine. They can help you stay active, enhance your ability to think clearly, keep your memory sharp, and feel genuinely energized, allowing you to live with greater independence and joy. So let's embark on this journey of discovery by first uncovering the 5 nuts you should approach with caution and understand precisely why they might be holding you back from your peak vitality. The 5 nuts to approach with caution. Let's kick things off with a nut that sounds utterly innocent, perhaps even wholesome, but can be surprisingly dangerous if not handled correctly: bitter almonds. Now, your immediate thought might be, almonds? Aren't those super healthy? And you're absolutely right. Regular sweet almonds are fantastic, and we'll talk about their wonderful benefits later. But bitter almonds are a fundamentally different story, and it's one you absolutely need to be aware of. Unlike the sweet varieties you confidently pick up at the grocery store, bitter almonds naturally contain a compound called amygdalin. The crucial, alarming part is that when you eat these raw, your body converts this amygdalin into cyanide. Yes, you heard that correctly. Cyanide, a well-known toxic substance that, even in small amounts, can interfere with how your cells use oxygen, essentially suffocating them at a microscopic level. For seniors, this is an especially concerning risk because as we gracefully age, our bodies become less efficient at detoxifying and clearing out harmful substances like cyanide. This means that even smaller amounts can have a more pronounced and dangerous effect. Eating just 4 or 5 raw bitter almonds can quickly cause noticeable symptoms such as dizziness, nausea, or confusion. Consume more than 10 raw bitter almonds, and you could very quickly be looking at a serious medical emergency, requiring a trip to the emergency room. Scientific understanding backs this up, demonstrating that cyanide exposure, even in what might seem like small doses, can place significant strain on the cardiovascular system and the delicate nervous system, particularly in older adults who may already have underlying vulnerabilities. You might at some point come across bitter almonds sold under misleading names, such as apricot kernels, or even deceptively marketed as obscure natural health remedies. But please, do not be fooled by such claims. There is absolutely nothing healing about cyanide, especially not for your precious health as a senior. While it's true that cooking or processing these almonds at high temperatures can effectively eliminate the risk by breaking down the amygdalin, raw bitter almonds are an unequivocal hard pass. If your goal is to stay vibrant, independent, and clear-headed, this is one nut you must vigilantly avoid at all costs. Patient anecdote: the case of Martha, 72. Martha, a health-conscious woman, once bought what she thought were super healthy apricot kernels from an online retailer, drawn by their touted benefits. After eating just a few, she developed a sudden, severe headache, felt dizzy, and experienced profound nausea that lasted for hours. Concerned, she called her doctor who, after some questioning, identified the likely culprit as bitter almond toxicity. Martha quickly recovered, but the experience was a stark reminder that even seemingly natural remedies can harbor serious dangers, especially for older adults. Next up is a nut that is an absolute staple in countless kitchens across the globe, a familiar presence at every party and picnic: peanuts. Who doesn't enjoy a handful of salted peanuts or a generous smear of peanut butter on toast? They're incredibly affordable, undeniably tasty, and seem like a complete no-brainer for a quick, convenient protein boost. But here's where the problem lies, especially for older adults. Peanuts are often not as innocent as they appear. First off, it's a crucial distinction. Peanuts aren't technically nuts at all. They are actually legumes, part of the pea and bean family, and unlike tree nuts, they grow underground. This subterranean growth habit makes them particularly prone to contamination by a group of highly toxic compounds called aflatoxins, which are produced by certain types of mold. These toxins are far from benign. Research links consistent exposure to aflatoxins to significant liver stress, damage to the delicate immune system, and even an increased risk of certain cancers over time. As we age, our body's natural detoxification pathways become less robust, meaning we struggle more to efficiently clear out toxins like these. So even small, seemingly innocuous amounts of aflatoxins can accumulate in the body over time, potentially leading to persistent fatigue, chronic inflammation, or, in more serious cases, even worse health outcomes. Peanuts are also notably high in omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6s are essential for our health in small, balanced doses, the typical Western diet, which often includes a lot of peanuts and peanut-derived products, tends to provide a disproportionately high amount of omega-6s compared to omega-3 fatty acids. This imbalance can actively fuel chronic inflammation throughout the body, which is a major underlying driver of common age-related complaints such as persistent joint pain, a myriad of heart issues, and even cognitive problems like memory decline. For seniors who are taking blood thinners, like warfarin, peanuts pose yet another significant risk. They are relatively high in vitamin K, a nutrient that plays a crucial role in blood clotting. Consuming too much vitamin K can directly interfere with the effectiveness of anticoagulant medications, potentially increasing the chance of dangerous blood clots or, conversely, an increased risk of bleeding. And please don't think that peanut butter gets a free pass. Most commercially available store-bought versions are regrettably packed with excessive amounts of added sugars, salts, and unhealthy hydrogenated oils that can raise blood pressure and place undue strain on your precious heart. Scientific findings consistently highlight how aflatoxin contamination in peanuts can pose significant health risks, particularly for older adults. So while peanuts might initially seem like a budget-friendly and convenient snack, they could be quietly, subtly chipping away at your energy levels and overall well-being. Patient anecdote. The story of Robert, 68. Robert loved his daily peanut butter sandwich, seeing it as an easy protein source. However, he struggled with unexplained fatigue and chronic joint pain that didn't respond to typical treatments. After a detailed dietary review with his nutritionist, they identified his high peanut consumption as a potential contributor. Switching to a different nut butter and reducing his overall omega-6 intake, along with other dietary adjustments, led to a noticeable reduction in his joint pain and a significant increase in his energy levels. It's surprising how some seemingly healthy foods can have hidden downsides. Have you ever experienced an unexpected reaction to a food that you thought was good for you? Share your story in the comments. Your experiences are invaluable to our community. Now let's talk about a nut that's often seen as the epitome of a luxurious, indulgent treat, synonymous with tropical getaways: macadamia nuts. With their incredibly rich, buttery flavor and delightful texture, macadamia nuts truly feel like an indulgence, and they are frequently marketed as a very healthy, premium choice. But for seniors, while certainly delicious in moderation, they're actually not as universally beneficial as they might seem. The primary concern with macadamia nuts is their incredibly high fat content. Roughly 75% of their calories come from fat. While it's true that a good portion of these fats are healthy monounsaturated fats, similar to those found in olive oil, macadamia nuts are conspicuously low in two absolutely critical nutrients for aging bodies: protein and fiber. Protein is fundamental for maintaining muscle strength, repairing tissues, and supporting overall physical resilience as you age. Without sufficient protein, your muscles struggle to repair and rebuild themselves, which can unfortunately lead to progressive weakness, significantly slower recovery times from even moderate physical activity, and a concerningly higher risk of falls. Fiber, on the other hand, is essential for maintaining robust digestive health, preventing common issues like constipation, and helping to regulate blood sugar levels. Their inherently high calorie content also makes it remarkably easy to overconsume macadamia nuts, inadvertently leading to weight gain, especially if your activity levels have naturally decreased with age. And carrying extra pounds puts undue stress on your joints, which can exacerbate existing arthritis or joint pain, making it significantly harder to stay mobile and active. To add to the concern, many commercially available store-bought macadamia nuts are often roasted in inflammatory oils, like soybean or canola oil, or heavily coated in salt, both of which can worsen joint stiffness and contribute to elevated blood pressure. Two health metrics seniors absolutely need to watch closely. Scientific insights underscore these concerns. Research has consistently found that diets high in fat but low in protein can unfortunately accelerate muscle loss in older adults, a profile that macadamia nuts fit rather perfectly if consumed as a primary snack. So while they might taste wonderfully decadent, if your primary goal is to maintain your strength and mobility, macadamia nuts are frankly not doing you any significant favors. Our fourth nut to approach with caution might genuinely surprise you, largely because it's so small, seemingly innocuous, and often used as a delicate garnish: pine nuts. You've likely sprinkled them on a vibrant salad, blended them into a fragrant pesto, or seen them as a gourmet addition to various meals, assuming they're simply adding a touch of healthy elegance. But for older adults, these tiny kernels come with some truly unexpected and potentially significant hidden risks. One major concern is their surprising potential to interact negatively with common medications that many seniors rely on daily. Pine nuts contain a unique compound called piolenic acid. This acid can subtly affect how your liver processes various drugs, including critical medications like those for managing high blood pressure, cholesterol-lowering statins, or complex heart rhythm medications. Research indicates that piolenic acid has the capacity to alter liver enzyme activity, which could potentially throw off your carefully calibrated treatment plan. This interference might lead to issues like unstable blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or other unpredictable effects, which are particularly concerning for seniors managing multiple prescriptions, as these subtle interactions often go entirely unnoticed until something much more serious happens. Pine nuts also have another peculiar side effect, famously known as pine mouth. This involves eating them and subsequently experiencing a distinctly metallic or intensely bitter taste in your mouth, which can stubbornly linger for days or even weeks. For seniors already navigating challenges with appetite loss, which is a common issue as we age due to various factors, this persistent, unpleasant taste can make eating less appealing, leading to unintended weight loss, general weakness, and a significantly slower recovery from illness. Moreover, pine nuts are relatively high in polyunsaturated fats. While some polyunsaturated fats are healthy, those in pine nuts can oxidize or go rancid quite quickly, especially if not stored properly. This oxidation process releases harmful compounds that can accelerate brain aging, contribute to the clogging of arteries, and unfortunately worsen joint pain. And finally, because of their small, somewhat slippery, and dense shape, pine nuts can unfortunately present a significant choking hazard, especially for individuals who might be experiencing dry mouth or have swallowing difficulties, which, like appetite loss, become more common with advancing age. So while pine nuts might initially seem like a sophisticated addition to your culinary repertoire, they could be quietly and subtly undermining your health in unexpected ways. Finally, let's discuss cashews, a nut celebrated for its creamy texture, delicious versatility, and often enthusiastically touted as heart-healthy or a good plant-based option. But for seniors, cashews, despite their appeal, can unfortunately pose some serious risks, particularly when it comes to the integrity and strength of your bones. Cashews are notably high in compounds called oxalates. These oxalates have a natural affinity for calcium. They bind to calcium in your digestive tract, and in doing so, prevent your body from effectively absorbing this absolutely vital mineral. Over time, if calcium absorption is consistently hindered, this can lead to weaker bones, significantly increasing your risk of debilitating fractures and the progression or development of osteoporosis. This is a major concern because bone density naturally and progressively declines with age, making efficient calcium absorption even more critical for seniors. Extensive research has consistently found that high oxalate foods can indeed significantly reduce calcium absorption, a finding of profound importance for the bone health of older adults. Cashews also contain more carbohydrates compared to most other nuts. While this isn't necessarily a problem in itself, the relatively higher carb content can cause more pronounced blood sugar spikes, which are particularly dangerous if you're managing prediabetes or have been diagnosed with diabetes. These repeated spikes in blood sugar can damage delicate blood vessels throughout your body, including those in your legs and feet, potentially leading to neuropathy, nerve damage, poor circulation, and stubbornly slow-healing wounds, all serious complications for individuals with diabetes. On top of that, the oxalates present in cashews can crystallize in your kidneys, noticeably raising the risk of developing painful kidney stones, especially if you're not consuming enough water, which unfortunately is a common issue for many seniors who may not feel thirsty as readily. And just like pine nuts, the smooth, dense texture of cashews can, unfortunately, be a choking hazard for those who experience chewing or swallowing difficulties, another concern that increases with age. So while cashews might seem like a delicious and convenient treat, they could be quietly undermining your bone strength, causing problematic blood sugar spikes and putting your kidneys at an increased risk. The 5 best nuts to embrace for senior health. Now, here's the wonderfully good news. Some nuts are truly like superfoods for seniors, densely packed with a synergistic array of nutrients that actively support your heart, nourish your brain, fortify your muscles, and enhance your overall vitality. Let's joyfully shift gears and talk about the 5 best nuts you should wholeheartedly be eating to stay strong, sharp, and energized as you age. These aren't just any nuts. They're carefully chosen, backed by compelling scientific understanding, and designed to genuinely help you thrive in your golden years. First on our list, a somewhat overlooked but incredibly beneficial nut, are chestnuts. Unlike most other nuts, which are high in fat, chestnuts stand out because they are remarkably low in fat and exceptionally high in complex carbohydrates and dietary fiber. This unique nutritional profile makes them a fantastic choice for providing steady, sustained energy without the rapid blood sugar spikes associated with simpler carbohydrates, and they are excellent for promoting healthy, regular digestion. They're also uniquely packed with a significant amount of vitamin C, which is quite rare for nuts, along with beneficial vitamin E and a rich array of antioxidants that actively fight inflammation throughout your body and work to protect your precious muscles as you age. Research indicates that consistent chestnut consumption is significantly linked to better blood sugar control and commendably lower levels of LDL cholesterol, making them an exceptionally smart pick for robust heart health. You can enjoy chestnuts in myriad ways. Roast them for a deliciously cozy snack, grind them into a nutrient-dense flour for baking, or chop them into vibrant salads or hearty grain bowls. Just remember to store them in an airtight container in the fridge, as they are more perishable than other nuts due to their lower fat content. Try roasting a batch and tossing them into a warm quinoa bowl with some roasted vegetables. It's both delicious and incredibly nourishing. Patient anecdote: the delight of Clara, 75. Clara, who had been struggling with energy dips in the afternoons, discovered chestnuts. She loved roasting them as a snack. "They're so satisfying and comforting," she told me, "and I noticed I wasn't reaching for sugary treats anymore. My energy feels more stable now." Her doctor also noted an improvement in her cholesterol levels during her next checkup, a welcome bonus. Next up, a perennial favorite that truly deserves its celebrated status: almonds. And to be crystal clear, we're talking about sweet almonds, not the dangerous bitter ones we warned about earlier. Almonds are an undeniable powerhouse for seniors, generously loaded with calcium, magnesium, and an abundance of healthy monounsaturated fats. These synergistic nutrients work together to profoundly support your bones, fortify your muscles, protect your heart, and nourish your brain. As we age, it's a natural process for bone density to gradually decline, which unfortunately increases our risk of fractures and the development of osteoporosis. But the potent combination of calcium and magnesium in almonds works in harmony to keep your bones wonderfully strong and resilient, while also helping to prevent unwanted calcium buildup in your arteries, which can lead to cardiovascular issues. Compelling research has impressively shown that older adults who regularly incorporated nuts, like almonds, into their diet demonstrated better overall physical function and remarkably lower rates of frailty, which is a key indicator of robust aging. Almonds also generously provide plant-based protein, which is absolutely critical for helping to maintain valuable muscle mass as you age, directly contributing to staying active and significantly preventing falls. Their ample fiber content helps to gently ease common issues like constipation and bloating, promoting comfortable digestive health. Furthermore, their powerful antioxidants, particularly concentrated in the thin, brown skin, work diligently to protect your brain from age-related decline, helping to keep your memory wonderfully sharp and your cognitive functions agile. Incorporating almonds is effortless. Sprinkle them generously on yogurt, blend them into your morning smoothies for a creamy boost, or simply grab a small handful as a satisfying and nourishing snack. They truly are a simple, delicious way to comprehensively support your whole body's well-being. Then we have walnuts, and there's something almost magical about these fascinating nuts. Intriguingly shaped like tiny brains, walnuts are unequivocally one of the absolute best foods you can eat for keeping your mind wonderfully sharp and agile as you age. They are exceptionally rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which is a crucial plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. This ALA is vital for keeping your brain cells healthy, maintaining optimal brain structure, and profoundly supporting memory, focus, and overall cognitive coordination. Walnuts also boast an impressive concentration of polyphenols, which are powerful antioxidants that possess the remarkable ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. Once there, they work diligently to protect your precious neurons from both inflammation and oxidative stress, two major underlying drivers of cognitive decline. Significant research has compellingly found that seniors who regularly ate walnuts performed noticeably better on memory and various cognitive tests, highlighting their direct positive impact on brain function. Beyond their brain-boosting prowess, walnuts also contain arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood flow throughout the body, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients are efficiently delivered to your muscles to keep them strong and stable. They even contain a touch of natural melatonin, which can gently improve sleep quality, a key, often overlooked factor in staying energized, clear-headed, and maintaining overall vitality. Just a small handful a few times a week can truly make a big difference for your cognitive and physical well-being. Try tossing chopped walnuts into your morning oatmeal or sprinkling them generously over a fresh salad for an immediate brain-boosting crunch. Now for the good news. Which of these beneficial nuts are you excited to try or incorporate more of into your diet? And how do you plan to enjoy them? Let us know below. Patient anecdote. The clarity of Thomas, 81. Thomas had begun to notice his memory slipping and felt a general fogginess that concerned him. A lifelong learner, he felt frustrated. After learning about the brain benefits of walnuts, he started adding them to his breakfast cereal and afternoon snacks. Within a few months, he felt a subtle but definite improvement in his recall and felt more mentally sharp. "It's not a miracle," he said, "but I feel like I've given my brain the fuel it needed to keep ticking strong." Brazil nuts are next on our list, and they are truly a hidden gem for seniors, embodying the principle that sometimes less is more. These large, creamy nuts are uniquely one of the richest natural sources of selenium, a trace mineral that is absolutely essential for optimal thyroid health, regulating your metabolism, and crucial for maintaining muscle. Your thyroid gland is a tiny but mighty organ that orchestrates your energy levels, body temperature, and muscle strength. As we age, ensuring your thyroid stays in top shape becomes even more profoundly important for maintaining vitality and preventing fatigue. Research has consistently shown that seniors with healthy selenium levels had noticeably better muscle mass and improved coordination, underscoring the mineral's critical role in physical function. Brazil nuts also play a supportive role in healthy testosterone production in both men and women, which is vital for maintaining robust muscle and bone strength as we age. The absolute key with Brazil nuts is moderation. Due to their incredibly high selenium content, just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day typically provide all the selenium you need, as consuming too much selenium can actually be harmful. Opt for raw, unsalted Brazil nuts and try chopping them into your yogurt or blending them into a smoothie for a truly nutrient-packed boost. They truly are a small addition with remarkably big benefits for your overall well-being. Finally, let's shine a spotlight on pistachios, the vibrant, colorful, and incredibly satisfying nut that truly acts like a wonderful gift for your heart, your eyes, and your mobility. Pistachios are exceptionally rich in potassium, a vital electrolyte that works diligently to balance sodium levels in your body and profoundly supports healthy blood pressure. This helps to keep your circulation smooth and efficient, ensuring your legs remain strong and reducing the risk of conditions like edema. They also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoids that are absolutely crucial for protecting your eyes from age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. By nourishing your eyes, pistachios help you maintain clear vision, which is fundamental for preventing falls and maintaining your independence. Evidence suggests that daily pistachio consumption can significantly lower systolic blood pressure, thanks to their rich potassium and antioxidant content. Pistachios also provide a wonderful combination of healthy fats and plant-based protein, which delivers steady energy without causing undesirable blood sugar spikes, making them an ideal snack for seniors who are managing their weight or dealing with diabetes. Plus, the simple, mindful act of cracking open the shells is not only a fun and engaging activity, but also subtly supports hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills, which are incredibly important for maintaining dexterity as you age. You can easily sprinkle pistachios on salads for a delightful crunch. Blend them into a creamy hummus, or simply enjoy them as a standalone, satisfying snack. They're a delicious and versatile way to genuinely keep your heart, your eyes, and your entire body strong and resilient. Beyond the nuts, a holistic approach to senior health. So there you have it, the 5 nuts to approach with caution. Bitter almonds, peanuts, macadamia nuts, pine nuts, and cashews, and the 5 to wholeheartedly embrace: chestnuts, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, and pistachios. By making these simple, conscious swaps, you can empower yourself to protect your bones, boost your brain, support your heart, and actively stay vigorous, active, and independent for years to come. But here's the crucial thing, my dear friends. Food, even the most beneficial nuts, is just one incredibly important piece of a much larger, beautiful puzzle that is your health. To truly take your health to the next level, to maximize your vitality, and to feel your absolute best every single day, it's essential to pair these nutrient-packed nuts with a truly balanced diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods, regular and enjoyable movement tailored to your body, and consistently good restorative sleep. It's the synergy of all these elements working together that creates lasting well-being and allows you to thrive. Question: if I've been eating nuts to avoid for years, have I caused irreversible damage? It's completely understandable to feel concerned if you realize you've been consuming foods that may not be ideal for senior health. However, the human body is remarkably resilient, and it has an incredible capacity to heal and adapt when given the right support. While long-term exposure to certain compounds like aflatoxins from peanuts or oxalates from cashews can pose risks, making dietary changes now can significantly reduce future exposure and allow your body to begin its detoxification and repair processes. Focus on the positive step you're taking by learning and adjusting your habits, rather than dwelling on past consumption. Consistency in embracing the beneficial nuts and a holistic lifestyle will yield positive results over time. Question: what if I have allergies to some of the best nuts? Nut allergies are serious and can be life-threatening. If you have a diagnosed allergy to any of the nuts on the best to embrace list, you must absolutely avoid them. This information is for general wellness and does not override personal medical conditions or allergies. There are many other wonderful sources of healthy fats, proteins, and micronutrients available, such as seeds, chia, flax, pumpkin, sunflower, avocados, and various legumes. Always prioritize your safety and consult with an allergist or your doctor for personalized dietary advice. Question: How many of the best nuts should I eat daily? Moderation is key, even with healthy foods. For nuts like almonds or walnuts, a typical serving size is about a small handful, or 1 or 4 cup, which provides a good balance of healthy fats, protein, and fiber without excessive calories. For Brazil nuts, due to their very high selenium content, just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is sufficient and recommended to avoid selenium toxicity. Pistachios and chestnuts can be enjoyed in similar portions to almonds and walnuts. It's always best to integrate a variety of these beneficial nuts into your diet, rather than relying on just one type to ensure you get a broad spectrum of nutrients. Question: are roasted nuts or raw nuts better? For most nuts, opting for raw or lightly dry roasted, without added oils, is generally preferred. Raw nuts retain all their delicate nutrients, enzymes, and healthy fats in their most natural state. When nuts are roasted commercially, especially with high heat or unhealthy oils, some of their beneficial compounds, particularly polyunsaturated fats, can oxidize, which can generate potentially harmful compounds. However, light, dry roasting at home can improve flavor and digestibility for some without significant nutrient loss. Always choose unsalted versions to manage blood pressure. Question: can nuts help with weight management in seniors? Yes, the right nuts, in moderation, can absolutely play a supportive role in weight management for seniors. Despite being calorie-dense, nuts are highly satiating due to their combination of healthy fats, protein, and fiber. This means they can help you feel fuller for longer, reducing the likelihood of overeating or snacking on less healthy options. Their fiber content also aids in healthy digestion and blood sugar regulation, which are important aspects of weight management. However, portion control is crucial due to their calorie density. Question: I have diverticulitis. Can I still eat nuts? Historically, people with diverticulitis were advised to avoid nuts, seeds, and popcorn, believing they could get stuck in the diverticula and cause inflammation. However, current medical understanding has largely shifted. Most recent research indicates that nuts and seeds do not increase the risk of diverticulitis flares and may even be beneficial due to their fiber content. Always consult your gastroenterologist or doctor for personalized advice, especially during an active flare-up. But for many, a moderate intake of nuts can be part of a healthy diet with diverticulitis. Question: what's the best way to store nuts to keep them fresh? Due to their healthy fat content, especially polyunsaturated fats, nuts can go rancid if not stored properly, which can create those harmful oxidized compounds we discussed. The best way to keep nuts fresh and preserve their beneficial compounds is to store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to a few months or in the freezer for up to a year. This cool, dark environment minimizes exposure to light, heat, and air, which are the primary culprits behind rancidity. For nuts with high moisture content like chestnuts, refrigeration is especially crucial. Question: can nuts interfere with bone density medications like bisphosphonates? While nuts like almonds are beneficial for bone health due to their calcium and magnesium, and cashews contain oxalates that can interfere with calcium absorption, there's typically no direct contraindication between consuming nuts and taking bone density medications like bisphosphonates. The primary concern with bisphosphonates is their absorption, which can be significantly impacted by food, especially calcium-rich foods. It is generally recommended to take bisphosphonates with plain water at least 30 to 60 minutes before any food, drink, or other medications. Discuss your entire dietary intake, including nuts, with your prescribing doctor or pharmacist to ensure optimal medication efficacy and bone health. Question: are nut milks, like almond milk, cashew milk, as beneficial as whole nuts? Nut milks can be a good dairy alternative, but they are generally not as nutritionally dense as whole nuts. Many commercial nut milks are largely water, with a small percentage of nuts, and often contain added sugars, thickeners, and sometimes fortified vitamins. While they can contribute some nutrients, they lack the fiber, protein, and full spectrum of beneficial fats found in whole nuts. If you enjoy nut milks, choose unsweetened varieties with minimal additives. For the full benefits, incorporating whole nuts into your diet is always the preferred method. As our time together comes to a close today, my friends, I truly hope this deep dive into the world of nuts has empowered you with knowledge that can make a tangible difference in your daily health. It's about making informed choices, listening to your body, and understanding that every bite can be an investment in your well-being. By thoughtfully selecting which nuts grace your plate, you're actively contributing to a stronger heart, a sharper mind, and a more vibrant, independent life. If today's discussion resonated with you, if it brought clarity or inspired you to make some shifts in your pantry, I would be so honored if you'd join our growing VitaPrime Health community. Please subscribe to our channel right now. It's a simple, gentle step that ensures you won't miss any of our future episodes, each carefully crafted to bring you evidence-based insights and heartfelt support for living your most vibrant life. And if you know someone, a family member, a dear friend, or perhaps a valued colleague, who might also find comfort, inspiration, or valuable insights here, I would be deeply grateful if you would share this episode with them. Your sharing helps us reach more beautiful minds, fostering a community dedicated to well-being at every age. And let me know in the comments, where are you watching from and what's your favorite way to enjoy these healthy nuts? Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you always for your precious time, your trust, and your unwavering commitment to your own health journey. Until we meet again, take exquisite care of yourselves and keep cultivating that wonderful vitality.